especially someone that made you laugh and brought so much joy to your life that you don't know. This is what I find so strange. I've never met him in my life. It's, you know, it's happened with a few other comedians and stuff like that.
And amazed and so honored to be included in this group of...
Breaking news, Friends star Matthew Perry has died. Law enforcement sources tell the LA Times the actor was found dead at his home in LA today, where it appears he drowned in a hot tub.
The world of Hollywood has been sent into mourning with the recent death of Matthew Perry. Perry, an actor best known for his impressive work in Friends, is one of the most beloved actors in Hollywood for his laughter, camaraderie, and uplifting spirit. His recent passing has left a void in the hearts of many fans and his colleagues as well. Amid the flood of tributes sent by colleagues, Jennifer Aniston's emotional breakdown resonated most deeply, offering an intimate glimpse into a friendship that spanned decades. In this video, we'll delve into the emotional breakdown Jennifer Aniston went through after the death of her friend. It was TMZ that first reported the death of Matthew Perry. According to the media outlet, Perry spent his morning playing pickleball and arrived home after a 2-hour session on the court. When he got home, he reportedly sent his assistant out on an errand. After the assistant returned 2 hours later, he found the Friends actor unresponsive in his jacuzzi and called 911. At the spread of the news of Perry's death, family, friends, colleagues, and fans couldn't help but be brought to tears about the devastating news. Jennifer Aniston, known for her iconic role as Rachel Green in Friends, took to Instagram on learning about the death of Matthew Perry, sharing a touching black and white snapshot of herself with Matthew. The grief in the words she used as the caption was unmistakable. "The void in my heart is immeasurable. Matthew wasn't just a colleague, he was family. We faced life's highs and lows together. The world has been robbed of a comedic luminary." Long before the two star actors met on the movie set at Central Park, their paths had already crossed through mutual acquaintances. And from the moment he met her, Matthew admitted he was smitten. "I was immediately taken by her. How could I not be? And I liked her, and I got a sense she was intrigued too. Maybe it was going to be something," he wrote in his recent autobiography, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. And when he landed the Friends gig, Jennifer was the first person he called, although he quickly realized he had his whole idea wrong. "I could feel ice forming through the phone," he wrote. "Looking back, it was clear that this made her think I liked her too much or in the wrong kind of way."
She dissipated.
Right,
But
you do discuss that.
At first, it was like she would walk in, I'd be like, "Hey, good to see you." And I'd go to my dressing room and just go, "Oh, I'll never be able to."
But instead of slinking away embarrassed, Matthew went all in and asked her out, an advance Jennifer rejected. Instead, Jennifer wanted them to be friends. However, Matthew was not too keen on that. The two actors later sat down for their first Friends table read in 1994. And unfortunately for Matt, his feelings continued to linger once filming started, making their conversations awkward as he crushed badly on his co-star. But by the time Jennifer started dating Brad Pitt in 1998, Matthew said he had long since gotten over her and was able to speak to her normally. He said that the success of the show, coupled with her deafening lack of interest, eventually cured him, and they became lasting friends. In a deeply revealing interview with ABC, where he opened up about his struggles with addiction during the early 2000s, the then 53-year-old Perry dropped a surprising truth about his bond with Jennifer. He confessed that Jennifer, our beloved Rachel Green, was the sole cast member who directly addressed his drinking habits, bravely approaching him on set to say, "We know you're drinking."
"We know you were drinking."
Yeah.
During his candid chat with ABC News' Diane Sawyer, Perry vividly described the bleakness of that chapter in his life. "At that time, when I should have been on top of the world, I found myself spiraling, surrounded by darkness and isolation. Jennifer was the beacon who consistently reached out."
Waiting, just waiting for you. Waiting to get you alone. Because alone...
Reflecting on the gravity of Aniston's intervention, Perry confessed that moment with her was terrifying, yet I can't help but be immensely thankful for it. But Perry didn't stop at that. The Friends actor also recalled how the misuse of controlled substances pushed him to the brink of death. The drug abuse led to a bad bursting of his colon, leaving him unconscious for up to 2 weeks. During that period, his family was told by the doctors that he had a 2% chance of pulling through. And he did pull through, but not after he underwent 14 surgeries, and he also ended up living with a colostomy bag for almost a year.
We weren't to deal with it. You know, nobody had ever dealt with that. And, you know, at the idea of even losing him, or he's having it.
But Jennifer isn't the only one who was left devastated by Matthew Perry's death. All the Friends cast released a joint statement about their loss of their co-star on the Friends official X account, saying, "We are also utterly devastated by the loss of Matthew. We were more than just castmates. We are a family." They continued, "There is so much to say, but right now we're going to take a moment to grieve and process this unfathomable loss." The cast said that they were going to speak more about the tragedy in the future. "In time we will say more, as and when we are able." Aniston, Cox, Kudrow, LeBlanc, and Schwimmer added, "For now, our thoughts and our love are with Maddie's families, his friends, and everyone who loved him around the world." Also, according to a source close to Lisa Kudrow, who played Phoebe Buffay alongside Perry's Chandler Bing, the actress is baffled by his death. The actress has said the gang was struggling to believe he is gone. The source reportedly told the Daily Mail, "This does not seem real or fair to her or any of the gang, because Matthew was finally at peace with himself and was having the best year of his life since his book launch almost exactly 1 year ago. He was enjoying life. He was closer than ever to his folks and actively engaged in his sobriety. She is baffled by what caused his death." Besides the Friends cast, several other celebrities also took to social media to pay tribute to the iconic actor. Actress Maggie Wheeler, who portrayed Perry's on-screen love interest Janice on Friends, reflected on their time together. "Matthew Perry, the joy you brought to so many in your too short lifetime will live on." She wrote on Instagram October 28th alongside a photo with Perry on the sitcom, "I feel so very blessed by every creative moment we shared." The Friends cast has always been super close. They had a big reunion on HBO Max in 2021, and during that, Matthew Perry got really emotional when talking about how tight they were. "It's like this post, the show. Anytime we met at an event or gathering, everything else would blur. If I bumped into any of them, my entire evening was set." He elaborated, "I'd have to excuse myself to whoever I was with, but they had to get it. Seeing one of them was like reuniting with family. You'd be drawn into hours of conversation, simply lost in it, and that's the way it worked."
To describe it as after the show was over, at a party or any kind of social gathering, if one of us bumped into each other, that was it.
NBC, the network that aired Friends, said he brought so much joy to hundreds of millions of people around the world with his pitch-perfect comedic timing and wry wit. His legacy will live on through countless generations. But Perry didn't just become a Hollywood legend, he worked for it. And at this point, let's digress to the past, where he began the journey. Right from the beginning, we can say Perry was destined for acting because he was born into a showbiz family. His mother was an actress and also a Canadian press secretary. But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. In the late 80s, he dipped his toes into a few TV shows, and it seemed like he was going to stay in the background for a while. Then came the 90s, the era of grunge music, baggy jeans, and a show called Friends, which Perry auditioned for. According to reports, when Perry first read the script, he clicked with Chandler Bing instantly. Meanwhile, he was initially busy with another project, but fate had other plans, and that project didn't take off, opening the door to Central Park for Perry. Getting the role of Chandler was Matthew's big break. He didn't just play the character, he became the character. But Friends wasn't the only chapter in his story. Over the years, Matthew proved he was more than just a sitcom star. He showed off his acting prowess in movies like Fools Rush In, The Whole 9 Yards. He even hit the stage and explored the world of writing and producing. From his early Hollywood days to his fame as the iconic Chandler Bing, Matthew Perry's journey has made an everlasting impact on Hollywood fans and the world at large. His on-screen charm brought joy to millions, but it was his real-life connections, particularly his heartwarming friendship with Jennifer Aniston, that showed the depth of his importance to those who knew him. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel for more entertainment updates.